From 1938 and number 153 in the Imprint range is I Am the Law, starring Edward G. Robinson, who I always really enjoy in movies. In this one he plays John Lindsay, a law professor who has to take a sabbatical year, which he really doesn't want to take. His wife has organised a cruise for him. He really doesn't want to go. He is doing everything possible to try and delay it. And that involves somehow ending up helping out the local law offices by volunteering to take on the racketeers, people who are ruining businesses, who are ruining lives, who are just becoming the dregs of society. And he has found a passion, a job to just tackle, throw himself into, forget about that year off, and just throw himself into his work.
The right man could step in and clean out the whole nest of them in 30 days.
And he is a kind of idealistic law professor. He knows the way the law should work, and it doesn't quite always work that way, but he wants it to. And as he starts to deal with the racketeers, of course things go wrong. People in his office are working for the bad guys.
Until some stool pigeon in this office sent out the information. The grapevine started right here. Now one of my own staff killed Butler.
Things are always just slipping through the palm of his hand. It's a little bit difficult for him, but Robinson, being the actor that he is, has that presence to be both comedic, endearing, and when it has to be, tough and relentless later on in the film. And it's a wonderful performance by Robinson, who is generally fantastic in everything I see him in here.
Smell anything burning? Oh.
This one is a little bit comedic in moments. The cast, some of them aren't up to the standards as Robinson sets out, and some of the plot points are familiar, a little bit tropey, things we've seen done many times before, although there are some deviations from the typical tropes, which I really did like. There is one moment where Lindsay decides to just work from home, take his offices there and make sure that there's nobody there sharing information, and he gets criminals brought there as well. At one point he catches 3 men who he brings into the house, and one of the standout sequences are my personal favourite sequences, where he then gets to the reporters to take pictures of them, because he's got reporters there as well, and then one by one he takes on the men in a fight, beating the crap out of them, and then takes an after picture to show what will happen with the criminals in his town. If he can't get them through the legal manners, you're going to go to his house and get beat up.
Now, it's my intention to beat your head off. Perhaps it'll be the other way around. Anyway, we're going to find out. You can't. Nobody's going to interfere. Incredibly
silly and really fun. I did enjoy some of the secondary characters as well. There's a lot of young law students that he brings with him into the business, which I really enjoyed, and there's some familiar story beats later on for those as well. But for the most part, I Am the Law was a dead easy to watch 83 minutes. It was all anchored by Robinson's performance, who's on screen most of the time, and it's a joy to see him do what he does.
John! What's the matter? Look. Huh? Oh. Well, you know, it's things like this that make the most successful marriages successful.
The movie will never win any Oscars for surprising us, for reinventing the wheel. It is a familiar story, but it's well told. The pacing's excellent. And as I said before, Robinson just steals the show in this one. I would thoroughly recommend checking out I Am the Law if you find it anywhere on streaming services, or if you want to pick up the Imprint disc. It's a pretty great movie, and one that I think is worth checking out. I'd love to know your thoughts on the movie if you've seen it. How are you going to check it out? Are you going to see if you can find it on streaming? Let me know in the comment box below. And while you're down there, hit the like button because it helps these videos. There is also more content up here if you want to see more of my stuff. And in the description box, there are links to the Patreon, membership program, and manvfilm.com. All ways in which you can support my channel, which I would really appreciate. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on Man v Film.